Good day to you. My name is Ketuk. Welcome to the podcast, Catch It, A New Perception. In recent episodes, I've talked about some things like selfishness versus self-care. Talked about I am love. Today, I think about strength. What it looks like to people in general. What someone sees when you talk about someone who is strong. I believe my perception may be a lot different than a lot of people's. Maybe not. I don't know. I do not think of a physical strength often. When I think of strength, I think of an internal strength, something you can't see, so the egotism isn't attached to it. I think about an elder I used to do some volunteering with, and he was an incredible mentor for me. He was a great man to many people. He taught many of us many things. His name was Joseph. And Joseph was a really kind and gentle and generous man. And I remember one day we were volunteering down at one of the local missions. And he asked a question. A couple dozen men easily in the room. And he asked, "Do you want a strong woman or do you want a weak woman?" And I don't know if people agreed with him to appease him or didn't want to look a certain way, and everyone pretty much said that they wanted a strong woman. Now I know I do. And I knew I did at that moment. There was no doubt in my mind. And I have given examples in different episodes of this podcast in how I believe at times women are stronger than men. The nice thing that I see about the strength in women, often it's not about egotism. It's not an external strength. It's an internal strength. Something they don't brag about, something they don't try to go to the gym and see who they can outlift or how they can outlift people or how they can lift more than they did or how they're stronger physically than they were. It's not about egotism, because that strength is all about egotism. I believe. I don't know how to see it any differently. The strength that people don't see externally. Something you have to look deeper in to see is the true core strength of a human being. The strength to endure, the strength to get through, the strength to overcome, the strength of a woman. And I think of one in particular today. A woman who is very dear to me. And I watched her have some major surgery recently. And through that major surgery, she had some organs removed. And they put her under as they brought her out back to consciousness. They gave her some pain medication she'd rather not take. When she got home, I gave her a pain medication to sleep, and that was the end of those types of pain medications for her. The next day, she took something very light over the counter. Within 48 hours of this major surgery of having some organs removed. She had gone for a walk with me in a park for about 45 minutes, and then afterwards we went to the store and we went grocery shopping, and then she comes home and she says, I'm really feeling good. I challenge any man that thinks that they're strong because they go to the gym and they work out. I challenge any man to have a number of organs replaced within 48 hours to go out for a 45-minute walk, to continue to do what they do in their daily lives, to go shop and take care of the things they need to take care of, come home and feel better than they did in any time recently. Literally, she appeared to feel better than she did before the surgery. And she wasn't in pain before the surgery. It was just some things that needed to be taken care of. Okay? This is an internal strength that not all of us have. Does it have to do with determination? Possibly. Does it have to do with an internal fortitude? Possibly. I don't know, because I don't think I have the strength that she does. You see, sometimes in our spouse, we will see something. In our significant other, we will see something that we don't know how they have it. We don't know how they obtained it. We don't know how they hold on to it. We don't know, but we see it. And when we see it, we let them know. I told her that I had talked to our daughters. And I told our daughters, I said, my wife is the strongest person I've ever met. And it's amazing for me to see that. And I have seen people who have endured treacherous, what you would think most people out there would think they are treacherous ceremonies. And they endure and they get through and they're stronger afterwards. Whether that's Vision Quest, whether that's other ancient ceremonies, whatever those are. And those take an internal strength. May also take a physical strength. I'm not sure of what each individual goes through. I just know what I went through when I did those types of things. And to me, it was more of an internal strength than anything else. And this is a type of strength that we need to get through in life. If I want to become I am love, I need to understand that there's an internal strength to that. I need to be able to be part of. I need to stop pushing myself away from other people if I want that internal strength. I need to be able to be part of a circle. I need to be able to be part of a group. If I want that internal strength, how do I show up to work? Be derogatory to people that I work with or guests where I work or anything else and then think that I have an internal strength. I don't. I've lost it. When I become derogatory with anyone, there's no strength in that. That's weakness. To me, in my life, when I become derogatory. I'm not saying you, I don't know where you're at. I haven't walked your journey. I'm saying when I become derogatory with people, that is weakness. When I speak down to people, that is internal weakness. When I inflate my own ego, or I talk down about myself quietly or out loud, that is a sign of internal weakness. Internal strength means that I am right-sized. It means that I am equal to everyone that's ever walked the earth. All of us are descendants of tribal people. Everyone that walks the earth today is the descendant of tribal people. It's possible many generations ago, when all of our families and everyone in the world were tribal people still, they may have had a core inner strength that's been lost through the years. Sometimes some of the conveniences that we have do not allow us to continue to get strong. They allow us to get weak because of the convenience of them, whether that's physical or otherwise. Convenience isn't always the best thing for a guy like me. Working for something is good. Working for something and getting the reward for that work is good. You know, I've spoken recently again a little bit about trauma. If I conveniently do my best to avoid it, it doesn't necessarily do anything for me. When I work towards changing things so that trauma doesn't reappear, so that it doesn't come upon me again, when I work towards changing that, then I may have a core strength rather than an internal weakness. I have much to learn about this. Whether it's about strength, whether it's about I am love, or whether it's about everything else in the world that I can do to better myself, I have much to learn. I am only at the beginning of this. I want to break through the threshold where I can see things different than I ever have. Where I have an internal strength that I see in others. I'm not saying I haven't had it at times, and I'm not saying I don't have it at times. I may, and I know I have, because I've experienced some of that. How do I continue to have that internal strength, that core strength, that strength that isn't about egotism? It's not about flexing. It's not about physical muscle, not about any of that. That's not strength. That's not a core internal strength. That internal strength is to combat myself against the negative, the disdain, anything that pushes against my core values in trying to better become, I want to say, a better human being, and I don't even know if that's the right terminology. I want to become a better version of myself. And when I hear people speaking with disdain, or they're negative, or they're talking down to someone else or about themselves, it does not allow me to continue to get to know my higher self. I want more of what's good. I want less of what's not good. And I've probably spoke of this in this podcast also. I don't always know what's good and bad for me. I'm not trying to judge things. I'm trying to learn things. I'm trying to see it differently and realize that today I have a chance for it to be the best day ever. Today. Best day ever. Whether that is to lose my egotism, or whether that is to find something to create that internal strength, or whether it is to see that internal strength inside of someone else, because it's incredible. And when you do, you may want more of it for yourself, because that internal strength inside of you, when I meet you or when I see you again, that internal strength gives me strength. So I want you to have it. I want you to have that core strength, that internal strength that you didn't know you had. And I want you to show it to me in the most subtle ways, in the most abrupt ways, so I can have more of it. Looking forward to next time. Live in harmony with and use the bounty of the land to bring kindness to the world. Dok Shawakit.